It's time now for the latest in local sports and sports. Most of the high school games canceled over the weekend in our area due to the storm. Unfortunately, Wayne County got its game in on Wednesday against Warner Robins. Warner Robins won that ball game by a score of 36-3. Appling was scheduled to play Fitzgerald tonight, but that's being canceled. Again, counties like Appling and especially Jeff Davis really hit hard from the storm, really going through a very difficult time. So our thoughts and prayers with all those communities dealing with the effects of the storm. All Wayne County recreation games canceled for the entire week as they still have no power or water at Billmore's Park, and the park suffered significant damage as well. Bleachers really destroyed, other damage as well to the park. So again, all rec games for this week have been canceled. Again, with no school taking place, there's no extracurricular school activities taking place either. So no softball, no volleyball, no cross country taking place. Again, the school expects to make an announcement later this week on when give us an update, especially give an update on homecoming festivities. Again, as soon as we get that information, we'll pass that information along. But again, right now, all those activities have been put on hold. College football over the weekend, the marquee game was at Georgia, Alabama. At Alabama, it lived up to the hype as Alabama jumped out to a huge lead at halftime, but Georgia rallies and at one point took the lead late in the fourth quarter. But Bama comes right back with a touchdown pass, and they win the game 41-34. 4 turnovers the key for Georgia. Again, 3 interceptions and a fumble by quarterback Carson Beck did Georgia in. Georgia hosts Auburn Saturday at 3:30. Georgia Southern, nice win over Georgia State in Atlanta. That final score 38-21. Other scores: Kentucky with the big upset of the weekend. They win at Ole Miss 20-17. FSU woes continue. They lose to SMU 42-16. Texas A&M over Arkansas 21-17. Oklahoma beat Auburn 27-21. Notre Dame over Louisville 31-24. Clemson beat Stanford 40-14. Michigan over Minnesota 27-24. Ohio State over Michigan State 38-7. Texas down Mississippi State 35-13. Oregon over UCLA 34-13. LSU beat South Alabama 42-10. Colorado over UCF 48-21. New AP Top 25 poll was out after the weekend, and Alabama jumps to number 1 after their win over Georgia on Saturday. Number 2 team is Texas, and at 3, Ohio State. Tennessee 4, Georgia drops to number 5. 6 is Oregon, Penn State 7, Miami Hurricanes come in at number 8. Missouri Tigers 9th, Michigan comes in at 10. 11th is USC, 12 Ole Miss, 13 LSU, 14 Notre Dame, 15 Clemson, 16 Iowa State, 17 BYU still unbeaten, 18 Utah, 19 Oklahoma, and in at number 20 is Kansas State, 21 Boise State, 22 Louisville, 23 Indiana, and the 24 team is a tie between UNLV and Texas A&M. NFL football Sunday, the Falcons get a big win with a nice win at home against New Orleans. Final score 26-24. The Falcons have a quick turnaround and host Tampa Bay this Thursday night. All the action will be right here on Big Dog Country, FM 105.5 FM. Jaguars still winless. They lose at Houston to the Texans. Final score 24-20. Other NFL scores: Chicago over the Rams 24-18. Vikings beat Green Bay 31-29. Colts beat Pittsburgh 27-24. Tampa Bay over Philly 33-16. Denver over the Jets 10-9. Cincinnati wins over Carolina 34-24. Washington over Arizona 42-14. Niners over New England 30-13. Kansas City beats the LA Chargers 17-10. Raiders beat Cleveland 20-16. And Sunday Night Football, the Ravens over the Bills 35-10. 2 Monday night games tonight. The Titans take on the Dolphins while the Detroit Lions take on the Seattle Seahawks. Major League Baseball today, a huge doubleheader for the Braves hosting the New York Mets. And those games get underway here on Big Dog Country FM 105.5. First game at 1:10, second game at 4:40, pregame around 11 o'clock this morning. Again, huge doubleheader. The Braves just need one of those 2 games in the win column to clinch a playoff spot. Same scenario for the New York Mets. They just need 1 win as well. If either team sweeps, then Arizona will get that 3rd and final playoff spot. So again, Arizona sitting back hoping for either the Braves to sweep the Mets or the Mets to sweep the Braves. So again, that's their hope as they sit back and wait. Again, both the Braves and Mets play today doubleheader. Again, both teams can clinch a playoff spot with just one of those wins in the doubleheader. In golf, the USA wins the President's Cup played in Montreal over the weekend. USA has 18.5 points to the International 11.5 points. A lot of moaning and groaning over the weekend about sportsmanship or lack thereof. Nationals pointing to the Americans, claiming they were making disparaging remarks on the golf course to the international golfers. U.S. players denied it all, saying they didn't know what they were talking about, but it made for some interesting press conferences after the event as USA wins the President's Cup. That's going to do it for latest in local sports.